Leon, it's been 6 hours since our last transmission. I was starting to get worried.
Don't you mean lonely? Anyway, I started to feel dizzy, and then I guess I must have lost consciousness.
Lost consciousness? Maybe that has some connection to what the village chief was talking about.
Can't say. But I'm all right now. I'm gonna continue my mission.
All right, now the atmosphere of the game is getting a real little spookier. The rooms just seem darker, too, which make them creepier. The funny thing about this game is it does let you save between chapters. Anyway, so I interrupted the reading, but there's a person talking about a hidden item to help you get out of the church. But I warn you, the route to the church isn't a walk in the park by any means. They deployed what's called an El Gigante, so God bless. The battle is being done to your body. If I could help you, I would, but unfortunately it is beyond my power. Who said that? Anyway, go through this room, collect your items. There's a way too soon save point right there for some reason. Because you save between chapters. I saved like 2 minutes ago, but you know, habits die hard when you see a save area. Now I saved picking up pistol ammo, so totally worth it. Now we go out here. You can see what it looks like at night. It's raining. Now we could go towards the door, but I suggest go for the boat first. There's a couple things we can do before we start continuing from here. A couple things we could pick up.
And now you can gunfish.
You're not wrong, actually.
Yeah.
You don't gun them, though. You harpoon fish. Very unnecessarily. Unfortunately, the boat control's a little shitty. I almost said bone, but here's another area with the merchant. I go through this area because there's a couple of nice items to pick up from here even before you see the merchant, because you see the merchant frequently, but there's some ammo and money to pick up. And one of the random boxes you can actually push. There's a hidden ladder back here with the most simple box puzzle known to man. All right, I did it. Because in this box is a green gem. If you notice, that gem is a little bit special. Kind of like it was the cat's eye, it can be combined with an item, which in this case combines with a mask.
So is it just very specific gems that can only be attached to specific items?
Correct. And it is like you can't attach like 3 green gems to them. Once you've attached a green gem, you got to find the other types of those gems.
Okay.
Otherwise, you can't complete the set.
Rare things on sale, stranger. What are you selling?
So at this point, I really don't have... I mean, do I sell the egg? Nah. It's not worth it. At that point, fuck it. I guess I did.
You're just tired of it getting in the way.
Yeah. Don't worry, I'll get another one, I'm sure.
Thank you. What are you buying?
I don't think there's anything I could really buy, or at least anything I want to buy at the moment.
What are you buying?
But I can upgrade some stuff, which I always like to do. I think I can pretty much afford to upgrade everything that I have.
Thank you.
With all the money that I made so far.
Is that all?
This is one reason to hunt down those treasures is so useful, is because you can just use it to boost your weapons. And I'll have money to spare too, so worked out.
He's really impatient. As soon as you buy something from him, he's like, is that all?
Well, I also mashed through, so it becomes this like, is it all at high price? Thank you. What a good conversation I had with that man. So I drunk drive up to the dock here.
Still feeling it.
Oh, there's a large bass there.
What are you buying?
This is what I'm selling. Probably stuck right to the boat. But the problem is that they didn't really design the boat's control very well. It doesn't have very good maneuverability, so maybe I can snipe him this far with the harpoon. Yes, got him. Let's try to get to him. No, missed him. Turn around. Turn. No, Doc.
Chop your hand off.
He just starts screaming again. Come on. There it is. Okay, now I gotta run. Yeah, nope. Too far. I get frustrated. And it's a waste of time, because I realize I have no room for this bass.
God damn it.
Oh well. You saw how it works. I'll leave it so the young ones can grow stronger. Get your revenge, Bass.
Eat your mother.
Go through this evil door, and we get introduced to one of the mechanics. I would say it's a mechanic of this game. What happens to these guys at night?
Oh, great.
They have parasites. So, you know how we were blowing off their heads? Now enemies that you randomly blow their heads off will sometimes gain these parasites. These parasites are difficult. The only way you can stun them is if you hit them in the head. They also do a shit ton of damage if they hit you with that swinging blade, which also means when you knock them down, they can hit you while they're on the ground.
Christ.
See, look, he took out half of my health in one hit.
Shit.
There is one nice thing. They have one really useful weakness, which is light. That is why the flash grenade is the best grenade in the game.
Ah.
It's an insta-kill for anyone who has a head parasite. So I hoard flash grenades. I'm doing pretty well on ammo, though. I've figured out a lot of tricks on how to conserve ammo in this game.
How many times have you played it?
Oh, jeez. I've beat it like 6 times, I think. I mean, I have a way of playing through certain spots of it almost like every year around this time. Because, I mean, it's just fun to play. It's definitely one of those fun games. So one of the things that you want to go in this area is there's a rope down there where you can go spelunking down to get to the bottom of the ravine, but I suggest first taking a rifle and shooting an annoying guy that's up on that perch.
In the butt.
I killed him.
It is a Japanese developed game. That's where his soul was.
Yeah. How'd they know that I have asked for days? It bounces off at like a quarter.
Ricochet's back at Leon.
I would accept that death with respect. To save some time, shoot these boxes. Doesn't matter when you shoot them, just shoot them. We're trying to cross to the other side. We're trying to cross to the other side of this area, which means that shooting these boxes will give us platforms. So I just saved us a little bit of time. Before we go to the other side, though, because right now the waterfall is blocked off, we want to redirect the flow of the water. There's a couple items we can pick up over here. Fancy ring. I mean, there's no reason we can't do this later, but might as well do it now. And I'm the kind of person, especially in this game, where I kind of peruse every corner to find every little nook and cranny for any cool valuables that I can. And this is, old Resident Evil games especially, established like item consumption and control is something you can consider, because in the early days of me playing Resident Evil 2, there was a point where I got to the final boss, but I could not beat him. It wasn't that he was too strong, I just didn't have enough ammunition to kill him, because I used it too much. So by the time I got to him, it turned into a point where I couldn't win, period. So I had to restart the game.
And was it a case of you didn't have any other means of attacking, or that was just your best option?
Well, in the old Resident Evil games especially, ammunition was very limited. they were in specific spots, and you only had so much. So if you really spammed it, you just ran out. Here's another area of beautiful, beautiful ammo saving using the game's mechanic against itself. So you jump to the middle platform here. A lot of enemies come towards you. 180. Go to the other side. Once you're there, turn around. Wait for them to jump on boxes. One shot, they fall down. Come on. All of you want to do it? And I beat them all. Now all the random dudes clumped at the end of the river.
Just makes a bridge, you can just walk over them.
All right, whose cave is the hidden item we need to go through the church in the Satan room?
I've obtained an object that resembles a cult group's insignia.
Wonderful, Leon. Head back to the church. Ashley's safety is our immediate priority.
Fiction loves to establish that, like, in temples and caves, that ancient societies created, like, giant stores of stone. Is that a real thing? Because I can't imagine the technology that allowed people to do that.
It's the world's tightest counterweight. You remove the one thing, and then the whole door just goes.
And you'd have to have a rope that didn't rot away, like, after 1,000 years.
They also made it of stone. Leave the bats alone.
Flying animals are apparently on my shit list. This one's like, I'm gonna get you! It'd be funny if he hopped on the boat and he's, like, trying to crawl after me. Pulls out a knife. So a shortcut back to this merchant's area. I don't think at this point he has any new upgrades for me, so I don't think I have anything to buy from him, but I can sell a couple of things I picked up.
Ah. Thank you.
And I recommend at this point to save. Wow, my inventory is very full. That grenade's bothering me. Thank you, I read my own mind. Now, if I would go back, I'd put that first aid spray somewhere else, but whatever. I'll be okay. It's fine. Anyway, save right here, the typewriter. Because classic horror game trick. Classic. Whenever you go back through an area you've been at before that looked like a boss area, guess what it is when you pass through it the second time? And because it's night, all the items that I broke during the day repopped. Including the items in those little huts that we took before. That's why I say take them during the day, because they'll come back in the night. This is one of the most famous bosses in gaming.
¡Rápido! 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 ¡Garra! ¡Usa los músculos! ¡Rápido! ¡Apúrense! ¡Por aquí! ¡Rápido! ¡Rápido! ¡Por aquí! ¡Por aquí! ¡Ay! ¡Se vuelve loco! ¡Mierda!
When we get some distance, the first thing I do is I start running around the map collecting items.
He'll let you.
He's a little slow. I got another yellow herb perfectly in time.
Nice spice mix.
Running around, terrified of the thing putting a pepper grinder into her mouth. He pulled a tree out because he's gonna try to smack me with it. Duck! See, do you see that trigger? It was like half a second
Yeah.
at best. Oh my god, he's already going for another one. I used the pistol against this guy. Ah, he destroyed one of the houses. So the pistol's useful because you want to keep away from this guy. He does a high damage up close. This is a unique situation.
The puppy.
Hey, it's that dog.
So if you don't save the dog, he doesn't do this for you, obviously. But if you save the dog, he helps you in the boss fight. And he just completely ignores you.
Pet the puppy.
The big guy just wants to pet him. I will tell you, the dog can't be killed by the troll guy, so don't worry.
Phew. We all were worried.
So once you do that, you climb up onto him, and you do a sword combo on his centipede. Very Sekiro moment right here, too. So you'd think you'd want to use high power, like the shotgun at this point, but what you really want is mobility in this fight. Because he destroyed those huts, some items dropped down too. I want to pick those up before they disappear. Thank you for the initial help, puppy. At this point, the distraction no longer works. Oh, he got me. Just waggle your stick, because that squeeze will kill you very quickly. I'll have to put my palm onto the stick and then wiggle it that way as quickly as I can.
Mario Party it.
Yep, basically. Here's the thing they'll do on this game. You notice how it's been square 2 times in a row for attacking that thing? It'll randomly switch to X sometimes, and if you press the wrong button even once, the creature will grab you and slam you onto the ground doing massive damage.
Come on.
Yep. There's a lot of it trying to throw you off have habit sort of thing. But this is a tactic I use. He's not too hard as long as you just keep moving around the map, and there's some attacks he certainly spams that are way slower. That fist to the ground is really easy to avoid unless you're just completely standing still. See, now switch to X.
At least it shows it to you before.
Yeah, a lot of what times I'll wait for like a fraction of a second to do it, but he's done for. Once you've done it about 3 times, the fight's over. Spoiler, you will run into this enemy later in the game as well. And when he falls down like that, if you're not paying attention and pressing the button in time, he can kill you by falling on top of you.
Oh.
There's a lot of ways to die in this game.
Well, he won.
Yeah. The dog just vanishes, though, unfortunately.
Oh, I landed on him.
That'd be the worst. I'd quit this game. Gives you 50,000 pesetas, though. And he left his hut untouched, which have more items in it. Items that weren't there before. My inventory is so full.
But no eggs.
Don't jinx me like that. Bunch of chickens and snakes will show up.
Bunch of chickens jump on you and start laying on you.
Fucking cuckoos.
Daddy, 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 daddy.
Now we're coming up on one of the most, I would say in the top 5 scariest enemies in this game.
Coins, huh?
They're actually scarier at night. I grabbed a shotgun in advance because it's the best weapon against these guys. They make you tense when you deal with them. You might notice when I get to a certain point, there's a shadow ahead of us. Those puppers are terrifying. They have these deformed giant mouths, and later in the game they start sprouting tentacles out of their back. They're really creepy.
Ugh. Yeah, no, I noticed it felt like their mouths were bigger than usual. I
I put no mercy on them. I give them no chance because they really will destroy you. And they'll dodge your bullets too. They're tough. Anyway, into the chapel we go. They must have to do a lot of services with as many people are in this town, and they only have like 6 seats.
There's only 6 people actually buy any of this.
They're wondering why everyone else is acting weird.
But they're still on with killing Leon.
Yeah, they're just not infected by parasites. It's the only difference. And this is how you know that this church is prepared to handle some shit. They hide a grenade in the back just in case people act troublesome.
In case somebody makes a stink in church.
So once again, we're going to go up and prove the ridiculous simplicity of the puzzles of Resident Evil 4, which I both think, but I mean, there's a certain point where you're like, I feel like it's kind of insulting my intelligence. I thought maybe I could interact with that, but not. So there's a cage area behind here. We know Ashley is in this church, so she's gotta be behind this cage. Before we activate the puzzle, always search corners, more barrels, anything good? No. You can sell grenades if you want to, but I generally just use them. How will we fill this color puzzle? You basically just turn this until all of them fit within the image in the center. And it's easy to figure out.
Yeah, I see it now.
This trick is just to look at the biggest primary color and turn it to that. And it's done. You just combine them, and you finished it. Time to save Ashley and end the game. Short game, right?
Interesting it got so famous.
Yeah. Felt more like a demo to me.
Ashley,
Don't come!
hey, take it easy.
No! Get away!
Calm down. Everything's going to be just fine. My name's Leon. I'm under the President's order to rescue you.
What? My father?
That's right. And I have to get you out of here. Now come with me. It's Leon. I've succeeded in extricating my subject.
Good work, Leon. I'll send a chopper over right away.
Where's the extraction point?
There's another trail that you can take to get out of the village. The chopper will pick you up beyond there.
Got it. I'm on my way.
One of the primary mechanics of this game is an escort mission. So you're bringing Ashley along. But what they did different, as you'll kind of see a little bit here, is they definitely gave Ashley some forms of intelligence. So like, for example, when you aim your gun, she hides behind you. So you can't shoot her on accident, at least in most situations.
Unless you try.
Yeah, I mean, you can. But you also know she does have her own health gauge. She can take a couple of hits, but more often than not, she's technically could be kidnapped by people, which has proved to be difficult. But now healing items, keep in mind you want to heal both yourself and Ashley, which includes also the use of the yellow herbs, so the health boosters. You might occasionally want to give a health boost to Ashley in certain situations so she could take a couple more hits. A couple of mechanic things here is that she cannot climb up and down, or she can't climb down ladders. So when you do jump down in areas, you do have to stand here, button prompt to catch her as she kills you with her entire body. That would break your bones.
With a dagger she inserted into her boot.
I'll take the girl,
Who are you?
if you must know. My name is Osmond Sadler, the master of this fine religious community.
What do you want?
To demonstrate to the whole world our astounding power, of course. No longer will the United States think they can police the world forever. So, we kidnapped the president's daughter in order to give her our power and then send her back.
No. Leon, I think they shot something in my neck.
What did you do to her?
We just planted her a little gift. Oh, there's going to be one hell of a party when she returns home to her loving father. But before that, I thought I might bargain with the president for some donation. Believe it or not, it takes quite a lot of money to keep this church up and running.
Faith and money will lead you nowhere, Sadler.
Oh, I believe I forgot to tell you that we gave you the same gift.
When I was unconscious.
Oh, I truly hope you like our small but special contributions. When the eggs hatch, you will become my puppets. Involuntarily, you'll do as I say. I'll have total control over your minds. Don't you think this is a revolutionary way to promulgate one's faith?
Sounds more like an alien invasion if you ask me. You okay?
Leon, what's gonna happen to us?
Don't worry. We got into this mess, we can get out of it.
As you can see, this is one reason we cannot leave yet. It would make sense for us to be able to just jump on a helicopter and fly away, but we currently are both, at least, have parasites inside of us. So we gotta figure out that complicated situation first. But yeah, one of the unique things I think surprised a lot of people about this game, because you hear a lot of people, as they say, a lot of people consider this the best game ever made, despite being, I would say, over half of it being an escort mission. Still, people say that. Because they found a lot of mechanics to ways to help it make it easier for you. Ashley also helps and doesn't just stand in front of your bullets like in GoldenEye or something. So from this point, we're going to continue on our night mission to escape a little further, avoid the confused priest, the big cheese, maybe find Luis and see what he's up to, find out who the woman in red is despite everyone knowing who it is.
I can't wait.
Yeah. Wild shit happens, and it only gets more wild.